Left wing, drives against Manson, paint, jump pass right side. KJ open for three, right between the eyes from downtown. 66-60. KJ up court. Stop and go against Carlson. Step back three on the way. Right between the eyes from downtown. KJ's working his magic, and it's a three-point game with 57 seconds remaining.
Well, a tough road loss for the CU men. They had a ferocious comeback at the end of the game at the Huntsman Center in Salt Lake City. Could not get over the hump. End up dropping that game to the rival Utes. Back in the bubble to Stampede. Voice of the Buffs, Mark Johnson. Here at Corelli's Monday nights from 7 until 8 o'clock right here for Buffs Prime Time. And we hooked up with head coach Tad Boyle talking men's basketball.
Presented by Coors Light. Coors Light, mountain cold refreshment made to chill. Celebrate responsibly. All right, what's your postscript on Utah?
Disappointing.
Yeah.
You know, there's no doubt about it. I mean, it was certainly a winnable game. We knew that going into it. It was obviously it was a tough week of practice for us. We lost 3 guys to injury in 1 week, and we really only practiced twice. We gave them Sunday and Monday off. Practiced hard on Tuesday. Luke O'Brien twists an ankle. Took Wednesday off. Came back on Thursday. Had a good practice on Thursday, and Cody took an elbow to the eye, and then Bangot Dak got a rebound and fell on his tailbone and bruised that. Took a nasty fall. So lost 2 more that day, and then practiced light on Friday and went to Utah and came up a little bit short. So it was just one of those weeks. You know, people are like, "What are you doing in practice?" You know, it's just they're just basketball plays. It just happens. It's interesting how each year is a little bit different. But I was disappointed with Saturday, and Mark, I really believe this. Like I just, you know, as you go back and you watch film and you self-reflect on how your team's playing, I'm just I got to do a better job. I got to do a better job with our guys, getting them, whether it's mentally ready, whether it's physically ready, whatever the case may be. Right now we are. You know, I love the old Bill Belichick line. You are what your record says you are. Yep. And we're 6-5 in the Pac-12, and 6-5 is the epitome of mediocrity. And that's who we are. That's what we are right now. But that doesn't mean that's where we need to end up. And how do we get out of that? How do we get out of that mediocrity to turn those tough losses into wins? And the way you do that is by getting back to what you do well. And this is a team that offensively has a lot of talent. We've shown that. We've proven that. But defensively, I always say we're interested in being good defenders, but we're not committed to it. And until we commit to it, it's kind of like, you know, I'm interested in losing some weight, but I'm not committed to it. You know what I mean? Like,
show of hands, who also is in that?
I'm in that category.
Pretty much everybody here. Yep.
And I actually use that analogy. Rick Ray on our staff, who's an unbelievable guy, like he's
dropped a bunch of weight.
He's lost 40 pounds since he got here.
Yeah.
Like, and I didn't know he had 40 to lose. He looks great. But I said, Coach Ray's committed to losing weight. I'm interested in it. So that's the difference.
Does that resonate with a 19-year-old, though?
I don't know. Yeah, we had a couple guys chuckling in the front row.
Okay.
So at least they got a sense of humor. But it's the truth. Yes. Like, it's that you have to be committed to it. We're interested in it. We'll do it when we feel like it, you know, but we got to be committed as a group to it. And when we do, we can turn this thing around. There's no doubt about it.
You and I talked about it in the postgame on Saturday after the game there at the Huntsman Center in Salt Lake City.
Yep.
You know, the last 5 minutes, all of a sudden, there became urgency in that game, right? And the defensive intensity picked up, and the ball movement picked up, and shots started going in. And you wonder, and you probably wonder more than the rest of us, where does that come from all of a sudden? It just comes out of the ether.
You know, our guys are competitive. There's no doubt about that. And I again, that's where the self-reflection comes in. Because I when I got home that night, you know, when we land, you go to your car and go home, and we take the bus and come to Boulder, and I got about 15, 20 minutes to think about what's my message going to be to the guys when we leave. And my message that night was, we're going to get together on Monday, which was today. We're going to have a film session. We're going to talk about some things. And I want everybody, including myself, including our assistant coaches, to think and look at what you are doing as a player or as a coach in this program, and what are the one or two that you can do better, that you know you need to do better to help our team become a better team, or help you become a better player, whatever. Because if you become a better player and I become a better player, and that guy becomes a better coach. Our team's going to get better.
Everything rises.
Everything rises.
Yeah.
So, and when it came to when I looked at what I have to do, I have to get our guys better prepared for time and score situations late in the game. And we've worked on that. We've practiced it, but we probably haven't practiced it enough. Mm-hmm. We had a few situations late in that Utah game where we didn't handle it. Now, we didn't have timeouts, and we didn't have timeouts because I had to use them to try to squell runs in the second half there. So I'm a coach who likes to save his timeouts, but we didn't have them, and our team wasn't as prepared as they needed to be. And then part of that's trusting our depth. I've got ultimate confidence in KJ, but to play 40 minutes the way you need to play 40 minutes, it's hard to do.
Yeah.
And he never wants to come out. Other guys want to come out.
Yeah.
But it'd be one thing if they're getting it done. But if you're not getting it done, then we need to, look at some guys that maybe can help us get it done. And I don't know if that's the answer or not. We'll find out as time goes on. But I've got to do a better job. I do know that.
The Doug Moe line you and I have been talking about here in recent weeks, right? It's road wins minus home losses.
Yep.
Okay? Now, you drop another one on the road. Makes these home games that much more important. You got a big series this weekend with Arizona State and Arizona.
Yeah, big series. There's no doubt. And I'm not giving, I still think, we got, 8 games left?
Mm-hmm.
So we got to figure out a way to beat Arizona State, which they're struggling right now. And then we know Arizona's the class of the league coming in here first place. Got to be ready for them. And then I really believe this team can get hot. We got to get healthy, but we get healthy, we'll get hot down the stretch and start playing and start committing to doing the things we were talking about earlier and get on a run, because this is a long season and we've been through it before. So every team has struggles, and every league, you look in every league and you look at the standings and they're jumbled up, and there's so much parity in college basketball. So, but we're the ones that have to dig ourselves out of this, Mark. When nobody's going to do it for us, and certainly nobody's going to feel sorry for us. So the time is now, holding serve at home is paramount. And then we have 4 road games left, and to me, we can. There's not one of them we can't win.
Head coach Tad Boyle at Corelli's for Buffs Primetime after the loss in Salt Lake City to the Utes. This week, the Buffs have got a Thursday nighter with Arizona State, and then Saturday, big one with the Arizona Wildcats coming to town. Coming up next, we're talking with sophomore guard Javon Ruffin here in the Buffalo Stampede.